so many of you here waiting for me. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. I am on the central coast of New South Wales, which is about an hour north of Sydney. Thank you so much for joining me a little later than normal today. This week has been bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I wish I said last night to a couple of friends, I wish I had 48 hours in the day at the moment. Then I might actually be able to catch up where I'm meant to be. I don't know if anyone else is feeling like that, but I want some more hours in the day, please. So, hello, Rosemary, Suzanne, Charlotte, Nicole. I also had someone else turn up as well. Sorry, I'm just grabbing these comments here. I swear I had someone here as well, but maybe not. So if you want to participate in the live chat, hey Margine, if you want to participate in the live chat while I'm live, make sure you're a subscriber of mine. I know, Charlotte. Oh, more days, more hours, same. Yeah, I have had problems in the past with some trolls that weren't very nice. So I've just made the comments for subscribers only. So if you want to join the fun, join in with choosing what we're going to use, chat with the girls that are here live, please make sure that you're a subscriber. Even if you're watching on the replay, press subscribe. You will get notified when I am live or when I've uploaded a video. It helps you know what's going on with me, and it helps me with other people finding me and playing the game with the algorithms. So I really would appreciate if you thumbs up and subscribe. Good afternoon, Miss Leslie. How are you? Now, just checking everything is working. Everything is working. I have a very big apology. On Tuesday, I did my normal Facebook Live, and it appears Facebook has eaten my video. My video is showing on my feed, but it says the video is processing and will be available shortly. It hasn't been available shortly, actually. I haven't checked it since I got home this afternoon, so I may just do a little check while we're live. But I did play along with the Reindeer Days Designer Series paper, so I will blog these soon, but there is no video to go with them. So it was, I know. This was card number 2, so just literally playing with my scraps of Designer Series paper, and this is card 1. So they're the 2 cards I made. I banged out an hour video, had a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone who was there live, but I do apologize to my YouTube peeps that I wasn't able to upload the video. But sometimes the technology gremlins really do a doozy on us, and that was my story. Let me scroll down. It's still a black screen and says we're processing, so I humbly apologize. This bit is totally beyond my control. Now, we are right in the middle of the moment of our seasonal sale. Words will happen today. So what is the Stampin' Up seasonal sale, you ask? It's got everything to do with the annual catalogue. You get 10% off cardstocks and inks, Stampin' Up branded inks that are in the annual catalogue. Also from the annual catalogue, 20% off Stampin' Die or Stampin' Punch bundles, and that is an additional 10% because they normally are discounted 10%, and at the moment they are 20% off, and 20% off our Designer Series papers. That, I don't know if the one I'm using today is in the sale because it's a specialty paper. I'm actually going to check. I'm going to check because someone else chose this paper for me to use today. It was my lovely friend Monica. I said, which paper am I going to use tomorrow? And she said, oh, use this one. It is on special. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. So it is specialty and designer series papers in the annual catalogue. And we are using the Nature's Sweetness paper. Now, this is appearing in its second annual catalogue. So I thought, I haven't played with it in ages. And when Monica suggested it, I went, oh, what a good choice, because it hasn't seen the light of day for a while. And we've got lovely gold foil on here, some nice scripty masculine things. Your favourite, Charlotte. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with it today, but we're going to play together, see what happens, and you guys are just going to come along for the ride with me. Now, let me get back to this video now that I've checked the page. Happy Mail Big Brown Box order or different Happy Mail. Suzanne, these are from Amazon. So I looked up 12 by 12 paper storage, I think, or paper 12 by 12 pouches, because these are actually bigger than 12 by 12. These particular ones, or not these ones are like really old. These ones are like 15 years old, and they're still in perfect working conditions. But the other ones I got, they have got terribly expensive, but they are nice and thick. So I just got them off Amazon. Favorite DSP, Happy Mail. Awesome. More than happy to help. It's just something that I've given people the link and they've gone, that's really expensive, but they have been able to find different ones. It's just, I've got them on rotation. So when these papers retire, with special SU tape, special as as in the special SU tape that automatically goes on our orders. You've got me intrigued now. Am I thinking the right thing, Nicole? Interesting. Let's flip around. I'm going to try and not lose sound, so just bear with me for about 30 seconds while we flip around and get this all going. So, great. Wonderful. You're sitting on my desk for the moment. I like to tell you where you are, just in case. Let me see here. Oh, you're thinking the same. I love that we have Stampin' Up like printed on our packing tape. It is very cool, and we never used to have that. When I first started, oh my God, I'm really going on a nostalgic walk now. When we first started, we did not have Stampin' Up on our boxes, nor did we have Stampin' Up on the packing tape. And I thought the guys in the US or North America were so special because they got it and we didn't. And I think it all came around probably around our 20 or 25th anniversary that they brought out the special tape, and we've never gone back. Now we just have the tape. Okay, I'm going to turn off the light because I think we're in a good spot. This is all I've got out, and everything else I'll just grab from my stash. Okay, right here. Look, I may even grab out my annual catalogue and we may even play with a card sketch today. I'll just grab out my annual catalogue while I'm halfway rolled across the room. So yeah, that's a story about the tape that comes with our Stampin' Up boxes, because I know you really wanted to know that story. Okay, so I think the sketches, there we go, page 22, right there. Just seeing if anything straight off the bat tickles my fancy. And then I suppose I can go from there. See, using circles is always fun. I think that's too many circles. Using lots of strips. This one's a classic, using 3 strips and a sentiment. Lots of different things. I used this one for a team swap. Lots of classic ones in here, and it makes it really nice and easy. And this is Stampin' Up using a couple of them here in the catalogue. Okay, so I've only got a small amount of scraps, but these small amount of scraps could actually be something we could work with. So I'll pop this over here, and I'm going to go through all the paper with you, and I will pull out anything that tickles my fancy. Oh my god, I have so much of this paper. Oh, so much. Okay, straight away this, so we've got the leaves and we've got this. Straight away this grid with the gold tickles my fancy. It does have a cut apart on the other side, but this is just a great starting point for a background. So I'll pop that to the side, and we're going to have gold on each piece. I'm just going to pull this out completely. It's going to work so much better. I need my thimble from work to do this. Okay, so we've got the background there. We have this, I want to say, is going to be pecan pie. We've got a nice script, and on the other side we've got a ledger. So I'm assuming, sorry, this is Pebbled Path, and this is like more pecan pie-ish. Hey Tanya, how are you? Okay, so got that. Oh yes, I love this one too. I'm a sucker for a script, but these two are quite similar. So I think I'd have to choose, being a white base, but I do love that. And on the other side, we have the seed pods and everything else. I don't actually have this stamp set, but I can see these two working really well, even though I'm drawn to the newsprint. I can see these working really well. So I've got 2 things chosen. That's good. Oh, itchy eye. Just give that a bit of a rub. Okay, then we've got this paper again. And we've got that beautiful script on the back. Then we just have a plain grid. And then we have that same pattern that I've already chosen, but with the gold foil. Okay, have the gold vines. And on the back we have the black and white and the pecan pie. I want to check, is it actually pecan pie in here? I do have the answer right here. Pebble Path, pecan pie and gold. I had the right colours. Yes, that is weird, Charlotte. Gold script and golden script splotches. Yes, I know. I know. It's an awesome, awesome combination. Okay. I've shown you. I feel like I'm missing things, but then I may have used them already. So I've chosen 2 and I'm happy with that. Possibly putting in this script. I'm so impressed you can actually read this. Mind you, These are, oh yeah, if I concentrated, I could read it. I definitely could. Okay, so these are the 3 patterns I have chosen. So the way I look at this is I have a subtle, yes, I know it's gold. I have something that's, actually, I'm going to put these away because they are quite distracting for where we're going and what we're doing. So then I'll explain why I chose those 3. But one of those, I could definitely use the A or the B side and get a 4th pattern. Okay, so this one is our most subtle pattern, okay, and that's where I'm kind of categorizing that. Our gold script is, it could go either way, but in this instant, this is more a medium kind of pattern. And then we've got our bold pattern, which is our seed pods and our flowers and leaves. So that's how, that when working with designer series papers, I kind of like to categorize things like that. Oh, no problem, Charlotte. Tell him we say hi. Yeah, so that's how I do it. Now, this one, oh, look, when I look at it in that combination, you can see the difference that we've got these ones that are now kind of competing because they're both script. But as soon as I turn this over, it's more harmonious. Now, I could add in this script as well. This is just a scrap and it's something I definitely consider using. And it is also still harmonious because it is kind of goes in here with a subtle pattern. But when I flip this over, these 2 compete with each other. So I'm hoping that helps. And that's how I look at it when I want to do something with multiple designer series papers. I'm kind of looking for that balance in the patterns. Okay, so I definitely want to make this my card base. So I'm going to start right there and cut. So let's see if that will go away. Yes, it will. Probably want to probably put this on a pebbled path card base. Haven't decided if we're going to have a masculine or a feminine card yet. So, oh, I missed the last little bit. So there's our card base. Oh, I still love this. And these are great to use on the back. So these would make a lovely focal point, add a simple sentiment, maybe even colour them with coloured pencils. We might do that for the second card. But I will leave these over here. Okay, my trimmer can just swap out with my catalogue and my stamps. Apparently our postage stamps want to come and tell you about our marine emblems. Oh dear, I do have to send a letter, which is why they are sitting on my desk, because there are 5 of us and we're making a card by adding an element each time. So we send the card to each of us and each of us add an element, and the last person adds an element and finishes the card, which I think is uber cool. Now, do any of these speak to me? That one's a bit interesting with the torn edges. Am I willing to give this one a go? Which may change this from not being the background. Or I may just use this as inspiration. Okay, that gives me somewhere to go. I'm going to put away this catalogue now that's just taking up space on my desk. Okay, so I am going to cut this to like card front width and kind of go from there, because then I've got stuff to play with. Oh, I buy stamps. I probably haven't bought stamps for ages, but I do buy like a box of 100, and I will soon enough have to go to the post office and buy Christmas stamps. Okay, so I think this is going to be our background. I've totally changed tact, even though I said the other one was going to be our background. I lied. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to have the torn off pieces on the bottom, and this will be our focal point. I kind of like that. Sorry, I'm just thinking and playing, and just want to cut this one because I think I'll use this as card base for the next card. Maybe. We'll see. But it doesn't matter. I want to keep... I think I want to use this piece on the next card. So that's why I cut into this. Oh, no. Actually, I might use this piece. That's quite nice. That's okay. I'm getting way ahead of myself, and I do know roughly now what I want to do. Hey Sharon, how are you? Okay, so let's get tearing. So I'm not particularly good at tearing, but we're just going to do it. I just need to get it started. This is a problem with me. I got it started. Okay, so I've got a torn edge. That piece, I've mangled it so it can go. Just pulling across my recycling bin. There we go. Now, could use that piece and then have this piece on the bottom. See, that would still work well, and maybe use some ink, like use some Pebbled Path ink on this. The ideas are coming. There you go. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I have that and that, but I think what I actually want, and you will be able to see what I'm doing here, is go here and here. So you can see they don't compete like this. Just doing it a little bit differently, and then we get the dark coming up from the top. Awesome, Sharon. Yes, I'm so sorry. I had an appointment this morning and it was an hour away, so I knew I had to make this later. That isn't such an amazing tear. I just want to pull this bit a little bit further down. That's better. Okay, now I need some Pebbled Path ink. Now, don't forget the Pebbled Path, if you love it, is, if I can grab it out, it's in the stickiest spot in my storage. If you love this ink, this is one of our in colors that will be running away, so it won't be around. It will be retiring at the end of this annual catalogue, so if you love it, grab it. Oh, my brown or my grey isn't in here because it's ready for class on the weekend. Or the truth is, I never removed it in the first place. Let's be truthful here. I haven't unpacked it all. Okay, so let's just... Oh, this is loaded with ink. But it actually hasn't taken me that much to get rid of majority of that ink. So you can see how the paper towel really does get the ink off. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, that's lovely. Tearing paper's fine. The paper didn't cry at all. We're all good. So I suppose what I want to start with is just adding a little bit of colour, because this is very white. So just adding, I don't want to get rid of the white. I maybe just want to I want to make a feature of the torn edge, basically. So you can see by just adding a light bit of that ink, I've highlighted the texture of the torn edge. So I'm not really adding a whole lot of colour. I'm just making that feature, so you can really see those torn edges. So that's all I'm doing. I'm done. I'm done with that. Not that I'm done with the card or anything. If only. I love that she had the most wonderful time, Nicole. It's lovely that people who think they can't do something, or they'll get in trouble if they do something, and they give them permission to do it. It's a very, very freeing kind of thing. Okay, just clean up our ink here. Have a very, very inky cloth at the moment. When I pop my towels in the wash tomorrow, I think this one needs to join it. Oh, welcome back. Yes, exactly, Charlotte. Charlotte, please tell me you said hi to your son from us. I reckon that'd be pretty funny. Is it going, why are those weird people saying hello to me? So I'm going to start with my background piece. Now, I know I want to preserve this blossom, so I can kind of add ink kind of from there down. And then I'm just going to layer each piece off and cut them off all at once. Fair enough, Charlotte. No problems. We forgive you. Okay. Now you could also rough up the torn edge. I'm not really wanting to do that today. I just want to make it a feature. So that's not straight. Now that's straight. Okay, so I've got that. Actually, I think I'm going to have to cut them as I go, so I know how far down to put our glue. So do you think this will end up being a masculine or a feminine card? I'm interested to know what you think. I can make it go either way, but yeah. Okay. So not a whole lot of all of these are actually going to be seen as such. Done. That glue is not running well at all, but that's okay. Okay, so we want to see a little bit of each. So I've got my gold splatters. Just want to make sure we're up against the edge here. And then I think, which is the way I want it, I want to see the least of this, because it is the, probably it's quite bright. Yes, exactly. More shabby chic rather than grunge. I love your thinking, Nicole. Okay. So I've still got all these very, very usable pieces, and I only shabby chic the top part. So I haven't ruined the whole piece. Not that I would call it ruining it, but you know where I'm getting at there. Okay, and well, this one here. And doesn't matter because there's gold in each piece. I was just there going, oh my God, there's gold and gold. And then I realized there's gold in each piece. So we're fine. We're fine. The chocolate, what? Like the fact I even have chocolate sitting on my desk at the moment? I don't often have chocolate sitting here. Masculine, feminine, oh, we're going both ways. Well, look, do you know what? I think I'm going to make a card, and then we can, or whoever, whenever I gift it, I can work it out from there. Okay, so that is pretty much the base of our card done. So I'll show you up close. I love that. You could even do a gold embossed sentiment, but I actually want to keep it really simple, like really simple. So in the vein of keeping it really simple, I'm going to grab our Simply Set stamp set. And what I could do, because I could add any color to this, or I could keep it as simple as it's going to be. What embossing powder color do I have here? I happen to have some gold embossing powder sitting here. So, and I know my heat tool is in good reach. Very textural, unisex. Exactly. My boss at work, because I do a little bit of work's social media, I was asking what their favorite colors were, because I was going to feature those colors of frames and say, well, Katie, who is my boss, or one of my bosses, she loves beige. So I showed heaps of beige. Ooh, no, that's not going to work. I really did want to use this. I still can, and I will give it a go. I'm just wondering what Sorry, I'm sitting here pondering, because I really want to use my 1 3/4 inch stamp. So if I used just a note and then had this as the punch, the layer behind it, it's all coming together kind of slowly. I just need to get behind you girls here, so just watch your heads because I'm grabbing my circle punches. So I've got my 3/4 and I've got my, oh sorry, that was a bit screechy, and I've got my 2 inch. Okay. A small vertical strip at the typeface with the torn edge would look good. Well, the other thing was, I'm just seeing if this is, okay, just a note is perfect here, okay. I am thinking that quite possibly I could gold emboss on this and then do a circle punch out of the gold and have that behind. So just this here. I'm just going to see if it works. We're experimenting. Okay, now let me pop some things out of the way. I've got my heat tool. I've got Louisa puppy dreaming, because I don't want to add in any white, because I think just by adding in white it's going to be too stark. So I have my embossing additions kit here, which has my embossing buddy in it. So because I know this has probably been handled lots, because it's a scrap, I'm being very generous with my embossing buddy. I also need a scrap piece of paper to catch the embossing powder. So I have a whole stack of scrap white paper here, as in misprints from when I've been printing stuff out. I then keep them as my stamping off pieces and the such. Ooh, that has my name on it. There you go. I must have been filling out a form. So I just want to have this in half as a funnel. I will need we'll grab it, my Versamark ink. Okay, Versamark ink here. This I want open because it's all a bit of a process, you see. So I like to have everything open, ready. I've got the system all ready to go. So I'm very generous with our Versamark ink. Now this is a clear sticky ink. If I did not want to emboss, I could stamp this on darker cardstock and it would give a really beautiful really cute watermark look. So you can see here I've poured it on and I've just knocked it off. So I missed a little bit up there with the powder, and that is all good. I'm going to put my whole finger in there. Okay, so I just coax that into the middle, give that the tiniest tap, put the lid on because gold powder everywhere is not a good thing. Like glitter. You never want to do that. Okay. And just make sure it is nice and tight, because you guys can screw on lids so much quicker and easier than me. Okay, we've got our glass mat, so it doesn't matter how much heat I put on it, nothing's happening to it. So just heating up the heat tool. Heats up pretty quickly, so I normally just heat the back first, and I keep it moving because I don't want to burn the paper, but I just want to keep it moving until you see it start to melt. And then once it's melted, you move on to the next area. There we go. Come on. I know you want to melt. Why don't you? Maybe the glass is stopping it. Yeah. The glass was actually stopping it because it was cold underneath. There we go. So that is done. No, don't sneeze. That is exactly right, Charlotte. I have done so, but I've been pretty good. Okay, so that is gold embossed. I'm just giving it some time to cool down because the melting of the embossing powder obviously makes it molten. So, lids would be your nemesis now. So popping this in the punch, and that just a note really does pop out quite nicely. And it could be just a note to say happy birthday, just a note that I'm thinking of you. Many, many, many different things. Now, you can see how this is going to look wonderful on this. Now, I do wonder if this is just wide enough to get what we want out of it. If not, I'm going to have to punch into a brand new piece of paper. But I think we can do it. Now, I say just by the skin of our teeth. Like, literally by the skin of our teeth. There is the very slightest straight patch on this, but let's look at that. Perfect. And that's using two sides of exactly the same designer series paper. Okay, so those punches can go off to the side. Bring this back in. This can kind of go down here. So we're still getting all of our elements. Which side do I like? I actually do like that side the best. Okay, dimensionals, because I love them so. Oh my God, yes. I do love when we had our gilding flakes, but I reckon gilding flakes are worse than embossing powder because they just want to adhere onto everything as is their nature. Okay, so I think I just need like 3 of these. Whoops, don't stick. So one there, and then just one at the top. Oh, I say the top, but it's not really the top. Yeah, I loved the gilding flakes. There was so much you could do with them. But I love that we have lots of gold foil bits as well. And understand that some people were a little scared of the gilding flakes because they can be messy. I did decant them into a container so they yeah, I could dip them in the container. Okay, so just a note, I think I want to stick that flat. I don't think this is going to need anything else because we've got so much gold. We've got 4 designer series papers that have gold on it, and yeah, I think that's enough. I don't even think we need any bling. Please, I'm okay. It's just there's bling in the paper. Don't stress, okay? Now, just a note about there. And I'm going to try a basic white note card because you haven't got too many colours to try here. Just going to see what it looks like. Oh, it looks very clean. I am kind of considering taking a slither off this side. I think that looks great. Leslie, I think Nicole is speaking from experience, even though she's not admitting to it. I think definitely from experience. Bone folder. Perfect. Now, I did want to trim this edge down a titch. The smallest amount, basically. Okay, that was perfect just to clean up that edge, because you know you can never perfectly measure something. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you all like it. You can see it's just it's the designer series paper singing. And we worked out definitely a unisex card and an any occasion card, which is even better. But of course we could have added other colours to this. Now the bottom is chunky because we've got like four layers of paper, but that's okay. So that is card number 1. Just while I faff around with this. There we go. Great. And I embossed. I know I often say, nah, I don't want to emboss, but I did. So there is that. Okay, some simple colouring with the same image. Same image. I think I'm going to grab out my watercolor pencils. I'm sorry, you are all in my way again. Just going to see if I can grab them out. Got it. So I keep them in an old wood mount box. That's just the way it works for me best. Just putting away a couple of things to give me a bit of room. Okay, obviously if you got this month's kit, which is the watercoloring kit, you get a whole bunch of pencils in there. So you could use, you could use those 7 pencils in it. So green, that's garden green, that's my shortest. Is this granny apple? And I know I've got an old olive. I'm thinking I'd like to go old olive. So we're just going to make this really light. just for the background. Then I'm going to put down some pressure and just block in these lines. I don't think I'm going to blend this. I'm just going to follow these lines of detail. Okay. So I can go over like really lightly just to add in all that colour. I'm not even sure you can see it. Now I am going to see if I can zoom in. Whoa, that's too close. Let me, I want to go. I'm doing this while I'm sitting down. There we go, that'll do. So you can see what I'm doing here. I think seeing it further away gives you less of how bodgy I am doing this, but hey, this is what I'm doing. Now I've got to make super sure I stay on screen here because I've zoomed in so much, but that's okay. So nice and light. Go down with more pressure. Now tell me what colour these blooms should be. Now don't worry that you know what type of plant this is. This could be any plant. So I'm not really trying to conform to traditional colours that go with the cacao, aka chocolate plant. But you could also go along with a blender pen and get these a little bit more blended, but I am just really happy to keep this. Oh, it's on your list. Oh, the watercolor pencils are on special. Or do you mean the kit, Nicole? I didn't realize the watercolor pencils were on special. There you go. But you do get them in the kit. Oh, my kit's in the box. I was going to say, I don't know where my kit is, but it's in my box, in the kit box, which is now covered in designer series paper. Of course. Of course. So light hand, then heavy hand. Light hand, or heavier hand now. Okay. Just put these pencils out of the way. So you could also two-tone these, but today we are not. Sorry, I'm sorry if you're seeing my hand more than you're seeing the colouring. Just the way life goes. So I'm being fairly haphazard whilst trying to keep a lighter hand. Okay. I did kind of go out of the lines on this one, but hey, I can deal with that. And this is now our last leaf. So this actually has gone fairly quickly. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, Macca's and Hungry Jack's for your birthday? No. Good pizza, like wood-fired pizza, is my choice. I'd happily come and celebrate with you, Leslie, but you are, I don't know, maybe an 8 or 9 hour drive. Not quite sure there. Hello, Maureen. How are you? Well, this is your birthday celebration. This is Flirty Flamingo. Should I go flirty and see how we go? So I'm going to do the same thing with the Flirty Flamingo. Going to go nice and light. This is definitely something else you can take on the go. You could have all these panels cut ready to go. So then down here in the middle, I am going to put nice rosy centers just to give that defined look that it's darker in the center. Just by adding pressure, you get more pigment out of the pencil and just lays down a little thicker. Oh no. Oh yeah. 13 hours. Oh my God, Leslie. The pizza will be so cold. Because what? It's, let's say 4 hours. In 4 hours at 6:30. That's dinner time. I'm so sorry. I can't make it, Leslie. But I do send my love for your birthday, of course. Okay, I think those flowers are done. Now what browns do we have? Cajun Craze is orange. Pretty sure that one is crushed curry. So I do have early espresso, and I think that's the only brown I've got. So this is for our seed pods. So we're going to go light-handed here. And I suppose I'm using that for the stems as well. It's come together pretty quickly. Okay, so now I'm just going to follow these lines. Just add in that definition. Is it going to look totally professional? Hell no. This is Ellen style. Okay. But it definitely does work. And we're going to have it darker along here because the other seed pod is going over. So that is that image coloured. Oh no, maybe you should have asked him a little bit earlier and he could have made you a roast dinner, because a roast dinner isn't too hard for men to make. Okay, so that is close up. I'm going to zoom back out, so I do need to stand up if I can. Stand up and sit down. So let's see if we can zoom back out. There we go. Look at that. I've got all the zooming going on today. I love this. So I want to trim this down and then we will pop this on some designer series paper as well. Trimmer is here. And still we're still only within these 3 main patterns, because this is the grid, the gold grid pattern. Okay, Okay, so probably width-wise, this is, maybe I just want to take a titch off here. Just going to see if I can get it down to 9.5. It'll just give us a little more play. I can. Perfect. So then for this is, so I want to take, just thinking, I want to keep more. I'm happy to take it all off the top and then have space for a sentiment here. So I want to take the good 0.5 centimetre off the top. That looks okay. Okay. We are going places, my friends. Oh, well, even some steak on the barbecue, and maybe you could buy a pre-made salad. That still sounds nice, and it's better than you actually cooking. Now, pattern-wise, not sure if I want to go. Now that picks up the color underneath, but I'm not sure that I'm totally in love with it. I'm not sure I'm totally in love with having it like white on white. Okay, what's the other pattern? Got that. I've got that. The other pattern is our writing pattern. That actually looks really good. The writing pattern, because it's just enough. Oh, hang on. Yes, exactly. Yes, Charlotte, absolutely cooks and cleans up for sure. I think I'm going to use this one as the background because it's subtle, but it's still a background, and I'm going to do it as a full card front size. I don't think yet. I think that's about it. Sorry. Just working out what I've got and what I haven't got. So going this width, so we have a nice piece that we can still play with. I've done this wrong. No. Is anyone going to be able to tell? They are. Is it going to matter? No, it's not. It's not going to matter. We're just going to go with it. But yes, I did just cut this really wrong to what I actually wanted to do. Do you know what? I can still make it right. I'm going to make a square, because if I look at it and I go, oh my God, that writing's the wrong way round, someone else is going to. It's all good. It's only paper. It's only paper, okay? Now I have the writing in the right direction. I think I may want to edge. I actually don't mind this piece just like that. Because you've got the writing underneath, it still pops really nicely. And I like the little pop of pink. Still quite neutral. This is definitely more feminine. There is actually no card base because I'm doing, it doesn't matter what color card base. So I am just going to use our thick basic white. Give it a score. Give it a cut. Pop one up for later. And use one now. Yes, you guys all saw how much was in that pack, because I'm pretty sure that was like 2 packs in one once upon a time. But yeah, just remember this paper is 20% off. So I doubt this paper will carry over for a 3rd catalogue because this colour is retiring. Okay, I haven't worked out what I'm doing for the sentiment yet, but I definitely know I can put the card base on the card. I know I can do that, then I can work out where we're going from there. This is actually quite full. I'm not sure what's going on with my glues at the moment. It's like they want to expire. Okay, make sure the writing's the right way around after I went to all of that trouble of getting it right. And this way. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think I've got too much hanging over. No, that all looks good. Love that. Okay, now let's stick with the same sentiments. Let's celebrate. I do love the very simple hello. I don't know. I don't think I like it up the top. But a very simple hello nestled just in there, I think would look really, really pretty. And I may even venture out and use Flirty Flamingo. No one fall over. It's actually a colour I very, very rarely use. Like extremely rarely. Yes, that's correct. So it was this Nature Sweetness paper and the Perennial Lavender paper. They both carried over. And I've used them all quite recently, actually. What's this? I can use this as a scrap piece of paper. No problems at all. So, I'm just making sure this isn't going to be too fluoro. It's kind of a problem that I have with Flirty Flamingo paper. It's like a ink. It's almost too fluoro, and I always want to, like, at this stage, I kind of want to default to Pretty in Pink because I think that will end up being a better shade to the pencils. Oh, and Winter Meadow. Yes, Nicole, of course. Okay, now I'm going to show you the difference just on scrap paper, and then we're going to work out, it's just lovely. Okay, so they can just stay open there, but so that's Flirty Flamingo, but then this one is Pretty in Pink, and I think the Pretty in Pink looks more like the right color. I know, Flirty Flamingo for me is kind of just too, it's fluoro. Maybe it's got too much orange in it for me. With the pencil, it doesn't work. And how did you go with that, Charlotte? By the sounds of it, there's a bit of a story there. And quite possibly you didn't get as far as you wanted. That hello is not stamped prettily at all. I am thinking I actually need to stamp it on a strip of paper and start again. Right. Because that is not stamped straight at all. Yeah, Pretty in Pink looks better. Yeah, weird, isn't it? Okay. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just going to trim it out. And then we'll cover up the whatever didn't work the first time, because no one's going to know it's there. But yeah, you can see, even though I stuffed up my stamping, that hello does look better. But I really don't want to cover up the splatters either. I'm a bit annoyed at myself, but that's okay. I do like the little pop of colour. I don't think I will be grabbing any extra elements, because I think that colouring really does speak for itself. Okay, sorry if this is going to be slightly off for some people. Okay, so I've just trimmed that down, and this is just where I've got to work out what I want to do. I think I need to go back in and colour the stems. That's what I need to do. It doesn't help that they're slightly different whites either. Yes, exactly, Charlotte, and that's what has happened for some people, and I do understand that. Sorry, I can't move this any further up, so you just have to trust that I'm doing tinsy bits of trimming. And then we're just going to go like that. I'm going to have to edge it in something, because it kind of looks added, which isn't what I want, but that's okay. I'll finish the edges possibly in, not sure, I may even give it a little bit with the watercolor pencils. Let me see here. Scissors. So I need to grab out that early espresso again. Where is it? Is that right here on top? Early espresso. I love that the names are written on the barrels, because sometimes the colours on the ends of the pen don't, or pencil, don't well represent what they actually are. This is just finishing this off nicely. Am I getting it perfect? No. But it is just a finishing touch that it needed. Perfect. Okay. Am I stuffing this up? Maybe. But we shall see. Just a little bit rustic. I can always take my blender pen to it. Blender pen, where are you? You are right here. So that has a little bit of moisture. So you can see this is just getting a bit of an edge to it and softening what I have put on there. So that kind of gives it a better look, and it looks like it's actually meant to be there. Do you know what? I'm so tempted just to intensify these flowers just a little bit. They weren't quite popping enough for me. Oh, they're popping really well now. Oh, lovely. Yes, perfect. These blender pens just blend that pencil perfectly. I could go along and do the whole image, but I'm going to control myself. Doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Okay, got these little off-cut pieces here. So I might just use that. And I'm much happier with this hello now that we've edged it. And it does actually look quite close to the pecan pie because I used such a light hand. Come on. There we go. Doesn't want to come off. Whoa. You must be careful with this other lid because this blade is the real deal. Oops. I do want to still be able to see that stem. Just maybe I can pull it down just a titch, just like that. I like that. That works beautifully. Bring this to our card base. I am thinking I need to put this on dimensionals just to add a little bit of interest to the card. It will finish this whole sheet of dimensionals, and that's great. I'm so sorry if you can hear David having an afternoon siesta. I can't go and close the door, unfortunately. I wish I could. Come on. So I can make these edge pieces go quite a long way, really. So just want to reinforce these four corners. I might even not need all of these pieces, actually. We shall see. Do you know what? I just want to, no saggy bits. Oops, that backing is still on the back of that. That's someone home from work.
Hello.
Hello, I'm on my live video. Let's see if I can grab this one. We've already made one card and I'm just on my last one. So we made that one. How was your shift?
Good. I was supposed to finish it too.
I know. What time did you actually finish?
2:30.
Do you get paid for that?
I hope so.
Right. Have you been paid yet?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Would you like to see how much?
Later.
No, I can show you without showing the...
Have you spent it all?
It'd be pretty hard to.
Right. Oh, nice.
I know. That's what I thought.
Very good. The joys of working casually. For the moment. For the moment. Okay. So... there we go. That is not on perfect. Oh, can I? Oh, yes, I can. Maybe, maybe not. I'm hoping this actually isn't ripping. There we go. That's more. No, it's not better. That's better. And we shall... I think this actually isn't cut right, but these are the two cards. So this one, we have used the exactly same designer series paper. So we did use back and front of this pattern here on this card, and we used an offcut. We exactly, Nicole. I think it should be buying dinner for my birthday, which is next month. We use gold embossing for the sentiment, and the sentiments are from the Simply Said set. This Nature's Sweetness paper is currently on special as part of our seasonal sale. And this one I used watercolor pencils to color it in. I did end up using the blender pen to get these flowers to come to life and just do a little bit of smudging around the sentiment because I misstamped, and just to make it pop and come to life. Thank you. So if you need any help with your orders with the seasonal sale, please do not hesitate to sing out. I am about to go and ring a customer now. They said please give me a call to help me out after my live video. So I am going to pop along and do that, take some photos with these cards, link all the products, which actually isn't too many. But I do hope I did give you some ideas on how to use your designer series paper with some ripping and some blending brush, which work really well on this card. And just by using some simple watercolor pencils and colouring for those images. Also could have done it with this line image as well, because they are exactly the same picture. Just, I think they're mirror imaged, because these are flipped, but the same image, all the same. Leslie, have an amazing rest of your birthday, and I do hope your husband looks after you. Please don't have McDonald's. Sorry I can't make it there, the 13-hour drive to you, but I'm there in spirit, wishing you a happy birthday. I hope I can share my Facebook Live video with you next week, and Facebook don't eat my video like they did this week. Oh, it's look, it's a plant. It's a plant. It's all good. It's all good. They are all different. Like there's a vanilla one. There are different images, and does have the names for the images. So don't stress. It's an image. We chose colors. I'm sure the flower isn't pink, but we made a pink anyway. Anyway, everyone have a lovely weekend. I will have a lovely time in class this weekend, and I shall chat with you later. Bye.